Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Cloud and Data with Kush. So today in our session, the agenda is how we can deploy IIS web server in AWS EC2 instance. Okay, and here I will create one custom index.html file. Means by default, whatever we are going to see over there, no? So I just, I'm not interested on that part. So I create my own HTML file. So as of now, when the session progresses, you can understand this thing. Okay. So before going to start, please confirm, am I audible, right? Okay. So let's get started. How we can do that. Okay. So before going to jump in the AWS management console or AWS instance, you all know, right? In this demo, we require the AWS instance. So I'm not going to directly jump in the AWS console. Okay. So before that, I'm going to understand the concept and then I'm going to go there. Okay. So you can see this diagram page, right? And inside the diagram page, I am just create one diagram. Okay, and this is my EC2 instance. EC2 instance, and this is my AWS management. Okay, what is my task? Just what is my task? My task is that I have to launch one EC2 instance. This instance is Windows system, right? Windows instance. So this is Windows system. Okay, so this is my Windows system. So first we have to log in our AWS management console. We take one EC2 instance, and this EC2 instance is your AWS EC2 instance we have to take, and we have to create one Windows system. We have to configure the Windows server, right? Windows server. And inside the Windows server, and we are adding that Internet Information Service, that is called IIS, is a Microsoft web server. Okay, and that runs on Windows operating system. So in the Windows operating system, we are going to add Internet Information Service or IIS. As of now, it's clear, right? What is my agenda? And inside that Windows server, this can be my index.html. Okay, this is my index.html file. So, and this can be run anywhere from in the internet, right? So this is my agenda. So in the AWS EC2 instance, I have to provision. So what I'm going to do, the first step, I'm just writing over here. So first, we have to go in our AWS management console. First, this is first step, okay? So I will explain each and everything step by step. So write AWS management console. Once you write, you get this link, okay? Amazon.com, https AWS Amazon.com, right? This link. So go. So you can see This is the link AWS Management Console. So I'm also right. Now, this is the link, okay? In this link, you have to go. So, I first we have to go in the AWS Management Console, and then next step we have to create, or we have to logged in our AWS Management Console. So if you don't know how to logged in or how to create the AWS instance, or that might not be an issue. I had the other video, so I'll provide that. Okay. So this is your management console. So you can see I am inside my AWS EC2 instance management console. Okay. I already logged in. Just a minute, and you just run. And you can see this is the dashboard of my AWS EC2 instance. In my management console, not AWS EC2 instance, management console. And just for very basic thing, I'm going to discuss. And you can see this is the region. Okay. So currently I am in US West Oregon in region. Okay, in this region. So first next step is that I'm going to write next. Once we have landed inside AWS console dashboard, then we have to go inside EC2 service. Okay, EC2 Elastic Compute Cloud. Okay, this is the full form of EC2. Any questions? Okay. So I'm also right. Amazon Elastic Compute Cloud. Okay. That is the reason to the C is coming twice. Compute Cloud. Okay. And Elastic is E. So that is the reason Amazon EC2. Two times C is coming. Compute and Cloud, and E is Elastic. Okay. So you just go in the search. You can see the search bar, right? In the beside the service, some 7 or 9 dots are there, and beside that you can see the search bar. So write EC2. Just click the EC2 service. This is my first step. Okay, we are inside the EC2 dashboard. Now we are inside my EC2 dashboard, and here you can see instances dedicated, or there are a couple of options are there, and there are no instances running. Instance running means how many instances are running. So you can see 0, that means no instances running. So just go to the instances. Okay. So this is the other machine that I have created earlier. So first you have to launch your instance. So I also write, once you are inside EC2 dashboard, next step you have to launch the instance. Okay. So step by step I am describing, and also all steps I am writing over there, and this txt file I'll attach in the description box. That's not an issue. You just concentrate over there. Okay. So you can see launch an instance. So Amazon EC2 allows you to create virtual machines or instances that run on the AWS cloud. So this is my virtual machine, not that actual physical system, right? Virtual machine I am going to create. And who has helped me to create that thing? EC2 allows you to create these virtual machines or instance. And everything is run on the AWS cloud. Okay. So this is the first thing you have to understand. And you have to provide the name of your server. Means you have to provide one label. So I provide my label or name Windows machine. Windows machine IIS 1. Okay. Any name you can add, that's not an issue. Any name you can add. So Windows machine, sorry, the spelling is. So this is any name you can take. That's not an issue. So first you have to provide the name, and then this is the vital step. So you can see this is the one tab, right? These all are tabs. Okay, so explore these tabs. You can see the Amazon machine image. That means AMI. So by default, AWS has provide many AMI, Amazon machine image. So you can see this is my, so you can, as of now you can understand that it's an, everything is configured inside the image. So as a example that I can say, in the earlier time, you have the CD cassette, right, in your home. And in the CD cassette, you have to create that image, that brown, some narrow software was there, right? I not remember all the name, but there I have to create that narrow, with the help of narrow software, I have to create that image, right? So same thing is there. So you assume that it inside one image, every configuration is pre-installed, pre-built over there, right? So you can see there are many images is there. Okay, so in my agent, in my demo or in this demo, we have to choose the Windows. Okay, so choose Windows. You can see Windows is selected. So from the quick start, you can also create your own AMI. That's not an issue. So that demo is different. That I'm just concentrate this demo. Okay. So this is the Windows system, right? So you can choose this Windows Microsoft. This you have to select. Okay. And you can see some couple of options also be there. Microsoft Windows Server 2022. So this, as of now, I am selecting this one. So as per your use case, you can choose different one. So by default, I am choosing this one, and also remember for the demo purpose or as per your use case. So free tier eligibility also I have to check, because this is not cost effective, right? So free tier eligible I have to choose. So please make sure where you choose the EMI. So for your own practice purpose or your own project purpose, so you can choose that free tier eligibility should be maintained over here. Okay. So you have to choose the free tier eligible, and you can see the description is also written Microsoft Windows Server 2022 English AMI provided by Amazon. So this is the AMI ID. So every AID is unique for your Alien, Linux, Ubuntu, Windows. So this is that AMI ID and that system that has been provided by AWS. Okay, and is verified. Verified provider means there is no issues. Okay, and next is that your instance type. So what is this? This is my AMI, Amazon machine image. Okay, this is not that instance. So first we have to choose the instance. Inside the instance, when I choose the instance, after that I can choose my instance type. So first to means when assume that when you are means you have to take some water right from your home. So first you have to enter your home, you have to unlock the door, and then you can go and then you can select a your glass of water, right? So that is the same thing. First we have to choose the AMI, means my image. While I am choosing my image, when the image is already selected, after that I can choose that instance type. Okay, so that I have to keep in mind. So here also same thing, I have to choose that free tier eligible T2.micro instance type I have to choose. Okay, so as per your use case, I already told you have to choose different and that is T2 dot nano also be there, so micro also be there, but I always prefer that free tier eligible for the demo purpose. Okay, or your in your own project you can also choose that free tier eligible, but before going to add that instance, right? So you have to take the cost kind of things, and you also after that you can choose. So what it will provide? It will provide me one vCPU, not physical CPU. That is the reason they have added V. vCPU means virtual CPU they have provided, and one GIB memory, 1 GB memory. Okay, and on-demand Linux-based pricing. This is very low, that not very high. Okay, so free tier eligible. So some eligibility also be there. You can also check that free tier eligible. Okay, you can also check this one. So just go, you can choose free tier eligible AWS. Free tier eligible AWS. Okay, you can also check. Okay, so you have to choose this one. AWS 750 hours per month is your free tier. You have to go storage 5 GB storage. So you can just explore this link. I will add this link also in the description box, so you can get the idea that free tier eligibility of the AWS. There are different services: compute service, storage service, database service. So as per your use case, you can choose. And by default, AWS has this kind of facility of the free tier limit. Okay, I hope you can understand this. So let's get back to the main agenda. So you have to choose this instance type, and now you have to choose the key pair. This key pair is required. That is because it can be securely connect your instance. Okay, so it can provide your .pem file, and with that help of secure connectivity, you can access your instances to the selected key pair. Okay, so first we have to create a new key pair. You can choose, you can see that new key pair option is coming. Any name you can provide, I don't have any problem. So I'm writing Windows key pair. Key pair. Okay, any name you can provide, and key pair type is RSA, that is encrypted private and public key pair. So you have to choose what this has been selected, and you can see .pem file, and this has been used OpenSSH. Okay, so that I have to, so no changes in the settings as of now over there. So just click create key pair. Okay, and you can see that Windows key pair that is also download in your system in the download section. Okay, so go there. Okay, Windows key pair, you have this PM file, so you have to keep it separate place for the latter use case. I require this thing while I'm going to launch the EC2 instance, the Windows instance. Okay. So you have that key pair. Any name you can provide. So name does not matter. You don't have to think about the name or all the things. And next thing is that network setting. So you have to create your security group. Okay. So every instance is required one security group. So inside the security group, you can add your port numbers, you can delete your port numbers, you can manage your all ports, right? And that is the reason network setting. So subnet network setting, that is a different topic. So as of now, you can understood that you have to create one security group. If you have the previous security group, then you can select existing security group. That's not an issue. You can also go and you can also select. Okay. So for the very first thing, I have to create the security group. Okay, you can see allow RDP traffic from. There are three check boxes you can see, right? RDP traffic, HTTPS traffic from the internet, HTTP traffic from the internet. So these two check box I am not going to tick as of now. I have that reason, so I am not going to add this thing. So as of now, only one checkbox is ticked, and that is RDP traffic from. And you can see anywhere, means anywhere from the world, anywhere from the internet, so you can access this thing. So I have used that anywhere. And number of instances, that is one. If you have two instances, you can write two. If you want three instances, you can write three. So you have to add the number of instances over there. So we have ready, we have set all minimum settings for launching one Windows server, right? And by default, you can see that 30 GB storage they have provided. Okay, and our virtual server type is t2.micro, that is T2 family, and that is your image. Okay, everything is set. I just go and add these things over there. So we have to prepare all the settings before they have to launch the system. Windows system. Okay. So as per the diagram, we can understood, right? So this is my Windows system. This inside we have entered in the AWS management console, and in the AWS management console we have to choose the EC2 service. Okay, in that EC2 service, so I just write over here. So this will be meaningful more. EC2 service. Okay, and in the EC2 service we have that Windows system. So as of now we have done Windows system, and then later I will discuss these things. Not an issue. Okay. So click launch instance. So I click the launch instance. So right click launch instance, and you can see launch instance run is working progress, and now it has been successfully initiated the instance, right? So success message is coming. Then this is the navigation part. EC2 instances. So first we have to click on instances. Okay, and you can see one instances is running. You can check the instance state. There are different type of states. Some state is pending. If you remove or you can stop the instances, so immediate state should be pending, and that is the running state. Different state are there. Some state is terminated. So I have already system, right? So you can filter this thing instance state wise. You can, I don't require this terminated in that AWS EC2 instance dashboard. Okay, I don't require this terminated. So how can we filter? So for that, you can go and you can just type running. Okay, you just type running and you can see that this filter is added running, that in the box running is written. Okay, that means only those systems are running, only those systems should be visible. So don't clear the filters, so otherwise all different state also be showing. So I don't require. I am interested only the running state, only the running state. Okay, please remember. And you can see that status check is initializing. That means that my instance is running mode. I can configure. I can go inside that. That not an issue. But we have to wait for that status check. So this status check is 2 by 2 check, pass check. Okay. So I have to wait for the status check, and then once it has been done, then we are logged in, or we are going to go inside that EC2 means Windows system. So we have to wait for that. So what is statistics? So you can say that there are two types of checks that can be performed every 5 minutes, and the checks are system reachability checks, means this we can go inside the system or not. So that AWS always recheck this part, and which confirms that AWS is able to get the network packet. So I have that instance, right? And I have to connect that instance. We require some network. So that check AWS sent that some request, and then the response is coming. So that is called reachability check. Okay, so I can reachable or not, that I have to check. So AWS is able to get the network packet to the user instance, and another is that status check, so which detects a problem with the AWS EC2 instance, problem or not, that can be checked. So I'm also write this thing. So click the launch instance, and now we are showing that instance state running. 6, we can also filter the instance state. Okay, and here two types of checks are there. Which checks? Status check. So first status check is your system reachability check. So what does it do? Which confirms that AWS is able to get the network packet to the user instance. Okay. Next is your status check. Instance status check, which detects a problem within the EC2 instance. Okay, so we have to check, we have to just refresh, and we can see that 2 by 2, these two checks, two types of checks, that is the reason 2 by 2 check passed. is there. Now I am going to select this checkbox, and you can see the below there are different kind of tags, tabs are coming, right? So you can see details, public IP, private IP. So public IP is for internet for also. I can copy this public IP and we can see that instant means our web page is running or not. So it can be accessible, right? We can see the security, networking, storage, EBS by default EBS volume is there, right? Status check. You can see system reachability check and instance reachability check. So these two checks they have passed. Otherwise, so that is the reason I have just waited. Only the instance is running, that does not mean I'm going to start my all workings over there inside the system, right? You have to wait these two things because this status check is also equally important with that running state, right? So we have to we have to consider this thing always. Okay. And we have to see that we can monitor our systems, we can provide the tags, the label. So you can add. So name Windows machine, this key value where I have added these tags, right? So these are most important things that we have to explore, like details. So from where I will get my public IP, from where I will get my status check information, my storage information. So you don't need to go here and there. Just select this checkbox, and when you checked out, every information is missing. So for you have to select this one, right? Once you select it, then you can get the details. Okay. As of now, I hope is you can understood. Next step, we have to connect. Okay, you can see three options are there: session manager, RDP client, EC2 serial console. So I just check the RDP client. Second tab you have to choose, and you can download your remote desktop file. So these RDP only when you choose the Windows system, that time it will provide. So you have to download at as per use case you have to download. Okay. So you can download. You have to download the RDP and just cut and place it your keep it your own place. Okay. So I have this RDP. This information I have okay. And I have also the username. By default, I have that administrator user, and I require the password. So how can I get the password? That is one question. How can we get the password? Without password, we cannot go and inside the system, right? So I have to click on get the password, get Windows password. Now you remember, right? One PEM file I have kept in my place for the latter use case. So that is the time we have to use that. So upload your private key file. So click upload private key file. Click on this. Okay. Just copy the path and select Windows key pair PEM file. Once you done, you can see it will convert that private key. Okay, you can see RSA private key. You added the PEM file, it will automatically convert this system, this algorithm, right? And now you have to decrypt. So when you decrypt, then congratulations, you will get your password. This password I am going to use while I am going to launch my Windows instance, right? So just go and you have this RDP. Now you have to double click. Okay, we have to run this RDP. Now we have to choose connect. Then one pop-up box is coming and I have to add the password in that place. So password I already have. Just copy this password, go and place. And you can see the I button is there, right? It will be blinking the password. So click and check the remember me. So next time when you come, then it won't ask for your password. That is the reason we have to tick mark this remember me. Click on OK. Now you can see one pop-up box is coming. Just click on yes. It will take some time. Now you can see we are going inside that Windows server that I have checked, I have created in the AWS EC2. Okay, we are inside the Windows server. So it will take some time for creating it fast setting. Very less time is required. So it will just check all the settings, all the things, and then it will be provision. It will swing. Okay, we just inside that EC2 instance, Windows server, right? Then you can see, I hope this screen is visible. And if you notice, this is the separate window, right? You can see, this is the separate window. So it will launch. So by default, it will be explore maximized. So that is the reason I thought that when we thought that this is the only one screen, but this is the different setup. Okay. So next thing, what I have to do? I have this Windows system. We are inside that Windows system. So what the next step? And you can notice host name, instance ID, public IP, private IP, availability zone, network, everything is mentioned in that place. So we are inside that Windows server. That is the virtual machine. Means this is not my physical machine. This is my virtual machine. Inside that virtual machine, now I have to provision or I have to create the simple meaning. We have to create or we have to configure, not create because it is there. We have to configure IIS server. Okay. I hope as of now we can understood each and every step. Okay. So just go and search, click on the search box and you can write what I'm going to write server manager, because when you inside that Windows system and when we are going to configure the IIS server, so we require some manager. So just click on the manager, server manager. Okay, just click on the server manager and you can see server manager dialog box is coming and it will also swing. Okay. So I also write this thing for connecting or configure IIS inside Windows system, we require server manager. Okay, you have the server manager. So what will be my next step? Now we have to configure this local server and you can see by default it is red mark, right? It is not showing. This is the file and storage service is there, and we have to no IIS is showing, right? In that rectangular box, there is no IIS service server is showing, right? So what I will do, I will click add role and features. Okay, this type of dialog box will come, and this is called a wizard, and this wizard helps you to install the roles and service, because you have that Windows system. What is my ultimate goal? I have to configure the IIS server. That is the reason it requires some roles, it requires some features, it requires some services. Otherwise, IIS server will not be configured. So this wizard will help you. So you can say it can guide you. Okay, it can guide you each and every process, each and every step. Okay, so you can simply told that before you continue, verify that following task has been completed, because before we are going to create the next option, so you have to check all the things. We have the strong password. Yes, I have the strong password because we already got this password from the PM file and we have converted this password and this key, and it will provide decrypt the password and it will provide me the password. Network setting, the most current security updates for Windows are installed. So I hope we have meet the requirement, the very first requirement that we have made. Okay, and skip this page by default. No, I don't want to skip as of now. So just click on next. And first option and is that role based or feature based installation, and I also prefer this thing. I am not going to prefer remote desktop service installation, so that is different installation part, but here I prefer this role based or feature based installation, right? So we can configure a single server by adding those. So here I have to provide some roles and I have to provide the services features, and this I have to used. Okay, so select the installation type. There are two types of installation. First one is role based, another one is remote desktop service installation. So as of now, I prefer role based or feature based installation, and it can help you to add the roles, add the services and features. Okay, and first you can also read this line. You can install roles and features on a running physical computer or virtual machine or an offline VHD or virtual hard disk. So that is the reason for all kind of configuration, right? If same process you have to maintain. If you are running a physical machine, if you have your own system, right? That time also you have to prefer this thing. You are inside the virtual machine. Right now we are inside the virtual machine, or you have that virtual offline virtual hard disk. Same features we have to choose, right? So we can choose role based or feature based installation and click on next. Okay, and by default that whatever the steps they have provided, I'm not going to change. I am going to add the select server from the server pool, and this is the server IP address, the operating system, and this server name also be given, right? One computers found, so this is one server found, and you have to click on the next. And here you can see different check boxes are there, and I am interested to check this checkbox that is called web server IIS. And now from this process, this step on, we are going to add my IIS web server information internet service web server, right? Just check, and you can see one pop-up also coming, and this pop-up told that add features that are required for your web server. So this is the following tools. So these tools is required. This web server management tool, IIS management console. In that following tools are required to manage this feature, but do not have to be installed in the same server. So they have recommended these things. Okay, I don't have any problem. So just click add features. Okay, add features will add. You have to select these add features. Okay, okay, and then click on next. no issues. There are a couple of options also be there. By default, some checkboxes are ticked, right? Antivirus installed, system data archiver installed, means going already is there. XPS viewer support WWH464 is also be there. So PowerShell also be there added. Okay, by default Windows PowerShell. Very nice. I don't have add anything over there. As of now, I think everything is there. Okay, and by default you can see .NET framework they have also 2 of 7 installed. So that check boxes you are already selected. Okay. Now click on next. Okay. And there also I any problem to change anything. Okay. I don't want to change anything. Now web server information over the through intranet and extranet. Okay. The web server rule include. Now click on next. Click on next. You can see. 1 second. I think some headphone issues are coming. Okay. Okay. And you can see web server. Select the roles services to install for web server IIS. Okay. So this is your role services. Everything is by default selected. I am not going to change anything. Just click on the next. And you just see the description. If server provides support for HTML website, so we can add my HTML web page. We can add that ASP.NET support. So ASP web server extension, the everything is going to support over there, right? So HTML website. So as of now, we have to are inside the role services. You can see this is the last step, I think, and after that everything will be okay. Just click on next, and if you want, you can also check this checkbox restart the destination server automatically if required. No, and I'm not going to check this one. And this is the summary, whatever I'm going to add inside that web server. So static content, default document, HTTP, and also everything is going to add, right? Just click on install. Now we have to wait a couple of minutes because it will start installation. It has started the installation step and it just takes some time and then we'll proceed further. Now you can see feature installation is, I hope it requires few more minutes. So progress bar is already working and we have to wait some more time and then everything will be okay. So we have to just wait few more minutes. So whatever we have discussed, I hope that you can understood and that step, all the steps I'm going to add in the description box. That's not an issue. And you can also make check in your later use case or you can make practice as when you get your time. Okay. So you have to wait and then you can see the installation succeed. This message is coming. That means we have successfully installed each thing inside that Windows operating system. We have successfully installed IIS. I always prefer the naming convention. Always prefer whatever I'm going to do, at least the naming convention we have to understood. I'm not going to tell web server 1, 2, no. I have to understood that IIS server I'm going to add over there. Web server, okay? Where each and every questions we have the answer. Where in the Windows system. Who has provided me the Windows system? EC2 instance. Is it physical or virtual? It's a virtual machine, virtual CPUs, virtual networks. Everything is virtual, isolated. Okay, everything is there. And by which we are going to proceed the next steps and with that, and we require the server manager. And with the help of server manager, we are going to the installation process is done. Okay, as of now we can understood this thing. Just click close and you can see one new rectangular box is coming and here written IIS. Okay, manageability events services, it's showing green marks, that means is successfully added. Okay, so server manager task is done. As of now we have added all the things. You have also seen that IIS is also showing over there, right? And its manageability online means performance counter not started, but the last update and the Windows activation. So this is showing. I don't have any problem for the other installation part. I just simply close this. Simply close. Then how next question is that how can we see all the settings for IIS? Where the IIS wizard from where I can control my system, right? That adding that HTML page, all kind of stuff from where I will configure or I will control. Okay, so you just add administrative this Windows administrative tools. This link or this apps you have to click Windows administrative tools. Just click over there. Okay, and in that administrative tools, you can check in the control panel. See, you have that administrative tools, and there are different kind of options is there, and you just choose Internet Information Service IIS Manager. Just double click. Okay, and you can see this wizard, and this is the control panel of your IIS, from where you can control all the settings. Okay, just click in that box and you can see this is the control panel. You have authenticate, compression, work process, service certificate. This is your control panel of your IIS manager. You can add each and everything as per your use case. And one thing you have to notice that in the right side, manage server, there are three options you can see, right? Restart, start, and stop. And you can see start is great. That means the service is already started. Then how can we check the web page? The default something page will be running, I expect, right? So from where I can check. That is the reason I require one web browser. Because without the web browser, web page will not be running. So that is the reason we require a web browser. Because by default, the HTML you can see in the description of the IIS, what was written, HTML pages, ASP.NET pages, PHP pages. So all kind of stuff you are going to add. So I have to verify, right? Once I can see the service is started. So from where the service started and something I require that HTML page is there, it should be starting, right? So click, by default you can see Edge, Microsoft Edge browser is there. Just click. Okay. If you want to start, you can also restart. Everything you can manage. This is the control panel of your IIS server. So just click. Now you can see the web browser, the edge is showing. Okay, it just a minute, it requires this option. I don't want, I confirm and continue. Continue with this data and continue and start browsing. Okay, and your edge is starting. It has already been started, and you just write localhost or 127.0.0.1. By default, localhost is running. So I just write 127.0.0.1. Okay, just hit. And we have to wait for some minute, and we can see by default one Windows Server page is running. Where it is running, the next question in your mind, it should come. It is running inside that VM. But my question is that how can we get this to the outer world? Because assume that instead of this graphics, you have some your own HTML file, right? You have your stunning React website. You have your own Vue.js project. So you have added, but how can you share to the outer world? I don't know. How can we share that? But it is required and it is crucial. Otherwise, my work, I cannot share my work to others, right? To the WW world, right? I cannot share. Before that, I want to show one more thing. This the restart, stop, and manage server. So just click on stop. Okay, and you can see stop and restart is grayed out and start is showing, right? That means what? Can I still able to run the web page? Just hit the no, the request not reaching to the IIS server, right? This stop. Communication is not happening. Just click on start. So you can understood this is the functionality of start, stop, and your manage server. So it start. Now my page is coming. So as of now, we are okay. Now, next is vital stuff. How can I share to the outer world this thing? Okay. So just go to your EC2 instance in the dashboard, right? Just a minute. Yes. Just refresh this page. And you can go. Just have to wait 1 minute. Okay. It is just taking. Okay, we already logged out. I think that. Just a minute. Just a minute. I just come back once I logged in. Okay. Just 1 minute. Now we are inside my EC2 dashboard, right? Just click the EC2 dashboard and you can see the instance is running, just go there. And you have this public IP. Just copy the public IP and paste the URL and add or hit. So you can see I'm expecting the web page is coming because IIS 8 in the port 80, it is the localhost inside the IIS server. The localhost is connecting the port 80, right? So it should come, but it is not coming. What is my problem? How can I solve that? I cannot add these things, right? I cannot show my web pages. What is inside that system, right? I'm not going to see this thing. I want to see the same thing in that outer world, in that PL, but I'm not going to see. Why? So for that, if you remember, while I'm going to launch the instance, that time I did not check two options intentionally. Okay, these two options are there. You can go the security tabs, and inside the security tabs, you have to see that security groups. Just click the security groups. And here you can see that edit inbound rules. As of now, when I'm going to choose that RDP, when I'm going to choose that firewall settings, network setting, that time I only allow port RDP port, okay? 3389 port range. I'm not going to allow other ports. So just go edit inbound rule and you have to click add rule. Okay, just click add rule and write HTTP. So this thing you have to remember, default RDP port is 3389, default HTTP port, and the protocol is transmission control protocol TCP. This port is 80, and here you have to allow 0.0.0 means everything. 0.0, this thing 0. Okay, CIDR block you have to choose. So anywhere from the internet it can be accessible. Okay, HTTP port. Also, if you want to configure HTTPS, that port you also might be added. HTTPS you can add, and this is the by default port number 443. Here you also add this thing, but in the production or the real world scenario, for the practice purpose, I'm going to add this thing. So we have to configure some kind of IP, my IP address. I have to configure some CIDR block. Okay, the range we are providing. Inside that range, this website also be visible. But the restriction I am not adding because this is the demo. I just already told the best practices. So 000 always not be allowed. It can be provide some range from your client, and this range you have to add then inside your CIDR block, and then it can be accessible. Okay, not an issue. And you can save the rules. So IIS server is running port 80, but inside that localhost. And this port 80, I am not allowing over there. So what happened? It is just going to connect that IIS server, but not connecting because my port 80 is not adding over in my EC2 instance, right? That is the reason I'm not going to see. So you can see my security group I have already updated. So when you go with the EC2 instance running, click the launch here, and here you can notice this time 3 ports are added over here. Okay, 80.443.3389. No issue. I expect, but just write your thoughts in the comment box. It will run or not? Obviously, it will run. You can see my, and this link will be accessible from anywhere. And you can see everything, whatever you can see inside your VM, the IIS server, whatever is running, the same thing is running in that outer one with from the EC2 system, right? And this link you can provide to your boss, you can clients, you can your friend, anybody. They can access that. Now both server is mapped. Both in the Windows server, my EC2 is my IIS is running, and that is the reason we are going to provide this thing. Now, next question that I already told, I have configured, but how can I configure my own HTML file? Okay, that is the question where I can configure. So here you can not, I am not going to see anything over there, right? So just you have to go to the C drive. Okay, in the C drive, you just and you can see the magic. Just click on the PC. Yes, this PC, and you can see local disk C by default 15 minutes 14.7 GB free. Just click and you can see 7 items are there, right? EFI, IntPub, perflog, program files, user, Windows. I'm not interested all there. I'm just interested this inetpub. Okay, you have to select. You have to select. So what is inetpub? So you can see it is a folder and it contains the website and that web apps, right? The website content and web apps are kept organized, and you can say in the secure in this folder. So everything is organized inside this folder. Okay, and it is the default folder for Microsoft Internet Information Service or IIS default folder. Just go inside that folder. And you can see www. That means outer world, means inside www folder, my two pages you can see IIS start first. File type is HTML, second file type is PNG. So I don't require these two files, just delete. What happened? Everything is missed. I cannot see anything, only error message is coming. You can see 403 forbidden access denied from your EC2 along with your inside your VM, same message. Oh my God, what I'm going to do? Don't worry, you just go and you have to create one HTML file over there. As of now, I am providing HTML file, but if you are working in React, Vue, Angular, any website, many folders are there, but one common folder or one common file in every framework of front end, that is index.html, that should be present. Okay, because browser only understood index.html, CSS and JavaScript. So whatever framework you are using for that front end web application, if you bundle this thing, it will create one HTML bundle with that CSS, JS, images, assets, right? But HTML file is there. This is common. You cannot ignore this index.html file. So here I am, same thing. For the demo purpose, I am going to create one index.html file. And same thing, when you dumped your React project, the index.html file should be there. Just go and just take one text document. But I told I have to take the index.html file. So you can see new text document. So I can change its first I have to enable the extension. So you can see .txt. Just go to view and uncheck file name and extension. You cannot see anything. Just go view and file name and extension, and you can rename index.html. Okay. Now my HTML file is there, but I cannot write my content. So it requires some editor, right? Yes or no? It requires some editor. So where is my editor? Simple. I have to download because this web micro from inside the VM, I also access the internet. No issue. So notepad plus download. Okay, you can see download option, notepad plus plus. Just click on download, and you can take any option. Just click download. Just choose download 64-bit. Click on download. No issue. It will start downloading. I hope that. And yes, yes. You can see the download is there. You just go over there and double click in the file, that exe file, and I hope index.html will, sorry, your notepad will start. Sorry, not index.html file. Your notepad, just click on OK, click on next, I agree, next, next, install. No other changes. Very small setup. Notepad plus plus is installed in your where? In your VM, right? Windows server, Windows system, right? Just finish, and you can see by default checkbox is ticked. That means it will run. Just finish it, and you can see. Oh no, I don't want update any update available. Okay, so my editor is coming. That is my Windows, your Notepad plus plus. Just go your www root. Just drag and drop. No any other case. Index.html, and here you have to add your HTML. So I just add my HTML file. Content HTML file is there, now content is not there. Just write HTML, and here you can write HTML, and I think head and head tag is there, right? This is the body tag, I hope, and this is the body tag. The bare minimal structure I have created, and the head You have to add your title. My custom HTML file, HTML page, not file. And in the body, you have to write your H1 tag. Welcome to the cloud computing world. Just save it. Okay. And you can see on green line is coming, that means item is saved. And you can see red, here a page and one red box is, red line is coming. That means it indicates we have to save that. Save it, everything is green, no issue. Just close that and you can see the file size obviously, because earlier it was showing 0 KB. Now some content I have added. That is the reason it's showing 1 KB. No issues. First check in your home page, inside your home place, right? Means from your own Windows Server EC2 IIS, right? From here you can choose, you can check. Congratulations, you have to create your first welcome. Sorry, my welcome spelling is welcome spelling. I have missed something, just I have to check. No, spelling should be correct. Welcome, COME. Just save it. Okay, just hit. Now you can see the changes is showing. Welcome to the cloud computing world. Your brand new web page is up and running, and same we have to check it is running or not from that EC2, from the outer one, right? Just press enter and you can see welcome to the cloud computing world. Now it is working. I hope you can understood each and every step, and I also add some few more points and I will upload this in the description box from where you can get each and every content. That's not an issue, and you can understood, right? This how we can configure the IIS, how we can add my HTML file, from where I have to add, from where I can change the file, where the by default folder name inetpub, inside the inetpub www root folder is there. Inside the www root folder, you have two files earlier by default. I just remove and my created own HTML file. In your project is React, Vue, Angular, no issues. Index.html should be common. There you can copy and paste your dump inside this file and you can good to see the content. I hope as of now is okay. You can enjoy the session. If you have any questions, so please let me know. And please let me know one thing, if you hit this outer world web, means this web link, right? Public IP address. So it should work or not. Please write in the comment box. So I can also understand that you have that much energy that you can understood all the concept, and please be practice all the things at your end. So you will understand why you can hands-on, then you can understood. That is very simple thing. And I hope you can enjoy the session. And please share, like, and subscribe my channel. And that is my humble request to each and everyone. And it will obviously be push my confidence, and I will get provide more useful content in your day-to-day activities in the IT world, right? That might help you to grow in the future. And please subscribe my channel. In this way, we can learn and grow together. And if you have any questions, so please let me know. Thank you everyone for joining the session. Thank you, everyone. If you have any questions, please let me know in the description, in the comment box. I definitely address your concern. Thank you, everyone, for joining this. Thanks.